in my eyes.
But I got to give credit to my boy Baker. The
Yeah,
past
Baker
couple of games,
balling.
he's been
He's
playing
balling.
well.
Shaking,
Yes.
shaking, bake over there, shaking, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brandon,
And
who coming on the show?
This really all that's it because sports talk are coming.
I had to pull up one time. I had to say
Jay,
what's good to everybody.
Jay, I'm not gonna lie. I think he getting ready for the game, so I'm not even going.
Oh yeah, Steelers play.
Yeah, Steelers play. But hey, man, let's get straight to it, bro.
he's
Welcome
been
to the throw.
hiding lately.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome to the Throwdown, man. Episode 89. I'm your host, Brandon from the block, whoever want to call me, man. Here with another episode. Got a new guest. Here. Got my boy Jabari. What's up, bro? How you been, man?
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jabari Showtime. Make sure you follow me on every social media platform at Jabari Showtime. And I'm here. Cowboys Victory Monday.
For sure. Before we Jabari, who your favorite teams, bro?
My favorite teams are the Dallas Cowboys. As far as football goes, the Dallas Mavericks. Those are pretty much my favorite sports teams right there.
Dallas Mavericks. Okay.
So
All
everything in the state of Texas.
Yeah, everything
Yeah,
big
man.
in Texas, man.
right.
No, I can't blame you. I mean,
For sure. Round up, how you been, bro?
I've been pretty good, man. I've been pretty good. Not gonna lie. I think the first 2 weeks have been pretty nice. Some things predictable, some things not. So it's how you love to see a season. You don't want it to be fully predictable.
Right. PSP.
oh, good, man. The Commanders. Like I said, there was a lot of drinking and a lot of vomiting after last night. I mean, that was a roller coaster, man. But also good news. I can't wait because next week I'm going to New Orleans. Mom
Yep.
hooked me up with some tickets to a Beyonce concert, so fortunately I'm able to go.
Dub.
No invite is crazy.
I wasn't anticipating going to New Orleans, but thank God, ain't nothing better than the Big Easy, man. It's a beautiful city to go to.
For sure. Kenny, Dior.
What's good with y'all boys? Hey man, it's been a minute since I've been on this thing, you know what I'm saying? But hey man, I was impressed with the Rams this week. I thought we was gonna get our ass beat against the 49ers, even though we was at home. But we only lost by 7. So proud of my squad. Hey, that boy Poker. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine when Cup come back, boy. It's gonna be scary.
Okay.
Really, that boy Stafford balling.
Y'all going out of Stafford. I don't know. It's some motherfuckers named Trenton with his dreadheaded ass gonna say that Daniel Jones is better than Matthew Stafford. I remember that take like it was yesterday. So you not slick. I'm gonna catch you on this pod one day. We gonna talk about what you said.
Yes, sir. Yo, Brian.
What's up? These 2 weeks have been filled with some surprising games and also some unsurprising shit. Like I fucking told y'all that the Bears were gonna be absolute fucking trash.
Yeah, still did. But hey, man, let's get straight to it, man. The Chargers lost again at overtime, man. Against the Titans, 27.
Hold on. Before you go on, roundup. Are you still sure that they're gonna win the AFC West?
I actually do think they will still. If they figure it out. They got to figure it out, but I still think they can. I think they're the most talented roster.
I think Brandon Staley, man. I'm sorry. The fact of the matter, he let Khalil Mack guard Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry,
bro. If you think the Chargers are gonna win that division with Brandon Staley as their coach, you have to be crazy.
Hey, I've seen some teams with bad coaches still win their division. Look at the Bengals with Zach Staley.
I'm not trying to hear it, bro. I'm not trying to hear it. Brandon Staley.
Yeah, he freaking, bro. I'm still stuck on the fact like Brandon Staley, bro. You the coach. You're supposed to be the defensive minded coach, and the organization give you people like JC, Khalil Mack, Derwin James, all them boys, and it's still trash, bro.
Brandon, it's not even that. Weren't they up against the Titans, and the Titans just came back?
I'm pretty sure it was back and forth the whole game. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty confident.
But anyways, like, come on, bro. It's the Titans. Like, the Titans aren't as good as the Chargers. That should be a blowout game.
It was the play calls too. Like I don't know if you guys follow Theo on Twitter, but he basically made a whole thread of every single missed third down conversion from the Chargers, and the play calls were kind of atrocious. And that's on Kellen Moore, not even Brandon Staley on that one. That's on Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore was known for being a good offensive guy, but he was struggling on third down. At least without Austin Eckler, he was struggling with third down calls.
Jabari, I want to hear what's your thoughts about this. I know y'all used to have Kellen Moore. I want to hear what y'all thoughts about that.
Yeah, and I know like a lot of people look at the stats of Kellen Moore being the OC for the Dallas Cowboys over the past 2 seasons, and they think he's a really good offensive coordinator. And he actually is a good offensive coordinator, but however, his philosophy kind of deteriorates. It's not very well balanced. So what I mean by that is the offense is very efficient and high-powering in scoring. However, at times it can be very inconsistent with his play design, as far as like, the concepts and things like that. And it kind of wears the defense out. So like a lot of times, for instance, last year, Kellen Moore would kind of pretty much go away from what was working and trying to like go empty backfield on 2nd and 1. When he should, just pretty much continue running the ball and things like that. A lot of the concepts as far as like the route running, as far as the wide receivers are doing, it can be very inconsistent. A lot of option routes are embedded into his system and things like that. So the play calling and the play design with Kellen Moore can be very, very sketchy at times. And like, it doesn't necessarily keep a balance for the defense. So a lot of times the defense will get worn out throughout the course of the game, and you will see the Chargers or the Cowboys may have a sizable lead, but the team may come back. Kind of like how it happened yesterday. So
yeah,
I think that's what kind of really hurts it.
Shout out to Harrison, man. He said, "What's up, Brandon? Proving everyone wrong tonight. Go Panthers." We'll see, man. They got the Saints tonight, so Brian,
Drew Brees.
Who that? And by the way, I'm not a Saints fan, Jabari. I'm an Eagles fan. It's just my best friend's a Saints fan. But I mean, losing by 7. Was it 7 or 3 to the Dolphins?
3. Oh, 2 to the Dolphins, 3 to the Titans.
Losing a close game to the Dolphins is one thing, but I mean the Titans, that's a little concerning. I mean, on paper they should have blown the Titans out of the water, and they weren't able to do that because their defense is absolutely pathetic. Kellen Moore's play calling, I don't understand most of it. Like when there was about 20 seconds left. They were on like the 6-yard line. What was it, like 4 and 2? They call a shotgun pass, and then he gets belted back to like the 15. Like what?
Because that's the thing that like they don't have any. He has no route combo ready for if Herbert gets insta blitzed. He's got no route combo ready for that.
Yeah, but like
and it's like
I'm watching that clip. I'm like, what are you doing going in shotgun on the 6-yard line?
Yeah, and it's like. At times it can be very frustrating because like when you have a talented, I'm not a big Austin Eckler fan, but like when you have a talented, dynamic running back like that, you got to be able to utilize that to your strength. Like sometimes you got to throw a screen pass to him. You got to throw a dump off pass, a check down to him and things like that. Sometimes you got to line him up in the slot and throw him a bubble screen. Like it was only a small sample size that Kellen Moore use those plays with Tony Pollard.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying, but he was hurt and didn't play in the game.
So they had to use a lot of Joshua Kelly.
PSP.
Unfortunately, I didn't watch the rest of the game, but I saw late in the fourth quarter. And look, I've been critical of Justin Herbert in the past in big moments and stuff, but I'm not gonna do it to him because I just look at just how unfortunate it is for Chargers fans and for him. I mean, you gave him the contract, rightfully so. This is the quarterback that he's going to be the future, and you keep wasting away his talents. And I just feel like until the Chargers make some major changes, and I've thought about this, should Justin Herbert consider a trade? Because think about it, you're 25 years old. Patrick Mahomes just turned 28, so he's almost around the same age as you. you're going to have to deal with him for the next decade or so. Kansas City, they're going to still be the prohibitive favorites to come out of the AFC or win the division. So if I'm Justin Herbert, I got to be traded because there's no way in hell I can win in this division unless you make a serious head change. Now, two things could be true. I think Justin Herbert, in big games and big moments sometimes, but other times I look at the head coach and Brandon Staley. He was there because of his defense, because in 2020, the Rams, they had the number one defense in the NFL at that point, and he was supposed to be bringing the defense together. Kellen Moore, I still think Kellen Moore is a good offensive coordinator, but there are times he does shoot himself in the foot. Like the last game we saw him against the 49ers when he had Zeke at center. I don't know why, but the Chargers, they're going to do some Chargers things, but it comes down to the organization. And if they don't do something to help out Justin Herbert, he's going to end up like more Phillip Rivers. They're going to waste away his time. And Phillip Rivers, I think he's a very good quarterback. I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame because of longevity, 8 Pro Bowls. He's been to 1 AFC championship game. But if they continuously waste away Herbert, that's what I'm afraid of. He's going to be a great quarterback that is never going to get the credit or recognition that he deserves.
Well,
I think what
I don't even know if Herbert will even make an AFC game.
I think what Justin Herbert really needs to do, I think he needs to have a sit down with the conversation, and I think he needs to just like be direct with them and just be like, okay, it's between me or him. And if he doesn't do that, if they choose Brandon Staley, just request a trade, bro.
Because Austin Eckler doesn't like Brandon Staley either. He kind of admitted that last week.
Kenny, who did that before? I know it was somebody in the NBA though.
Magic Johnson did that before.
I mean, Jimmy.
No, but there was someone that did it recently though.
Sixers.
James Harden.
James Harden did that.
No.
No. I'm talking about someone did it to Tyronn Lue. Who was it that did it to Tyronn Lue?
Oh, I forget.
PG or Kawhi?
I don't know. Someone did it to. I don't remember. Someone did it to Tyronn Lue. I can't remember who it was.
Was it
But someone did something similar.
Was Ty Lue coaching Cleveland or the Clippers?
Oh wait, it might have been Doc Rivers because I think it was a Clippers coach. I mean, it was like a couple years ago at the time. But it was definitely a Clippers coach.
Okay.
I remember the report from Shams. It was KD. He told the Nets owner Josiah either me
that happened too, yeah.
or Steve. Either I go or Steve Nash and the GM go. That's what I recall.
That was it.
And then ironically, both of them went within 3 months of each other.
But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, Brendan. I just think Herbert, they're wasting away his talent. And I think with Herbert, outside of Los Angeles, why should I be in the Chargers organization?
He should go to the NFC.
They draft him a first-round wide receiver and then barely play him.
Yeah.
But I knew Quinn. But you drafted another big body wide receiver in Quinn Johnson. Doesn't he have some durability issues? And then not only that, Keenan Allen's got some durability issues. Mike Williams has some durability issues. Brandon Staley's just losing faith, man. No one trusts him. He's untrustable. And the fact that you put Khalil Mack on Tyreek Hill. Khalil Mack is a very good player, but the fact of the matter, you put of all people him on Tyreek Hill, what does that tell you?
That you're an idiot. But if I was Justin Herbert, I'd go to the NFC because the AFC's stacked with quarterbacks. NFC, he's going to have a way better chance of not just making it to a Super Bowl, but multiple Super Bowls.
The Vikings will have a spot open next year.
How much? But don't the Vikings? Don't they have to take a cap hit though if they bring in Herbert?
Oh yeah, we would have to for sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
All right, man. Topic 2. Which 0-2 teams should be in panic mode? Now, these are the teams that are 0-2 right now. We got the Broncos, the Vikings, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Bears, and we got the New England Patriots. So which 0-2 team should be in panic mode?
Chargers.
Okay. Brian?
Between the Chargers or the Bengals?
The Bengals, I mean, but they started 0-2 last year. So
I know, but it seems like people are giving up on Burrow, though.
I mean, that's true, but the difference is they had 2 divisional games with Baltimore and Cleveland. Wow. LA played a very bad I wouldn't say very bad, but not good Tennessee team and lost to them.
I think Burrow will turn it around.
All right,
Yeah.
Jabari.
I definitely think the Bengals are definitely in the most trouble. Clearly, I think the Baltimore Ravens probably are trying to make a statement. They just kind of getting the tires kicking and rolling, and it's 2-0 start for them. But I think between the Bengals and the Chargers, they kind of are the most 2-0-2 teams that kind of should be pressing the panic button.
Yeah. The only reason why I don't do it with the Bengals is because last year they started 0-2. They lost to Pittsburgh at home when Burrow had an awful game, and then they lost a close game against Dallas. This year, they lost a very bad game. They got blown out pretty much by Cleveland, and then it was back and forth for a majority of the game between them and Baltimore. So I'm not.
Baltimore had quite a big lead. I'm not gonna lie. Cincinnati played down. Cincinnati played down the entire time.
Later.
Yeah, but even that 0-2, even that 0-2 start last season, they were kind of in a dogfight with the Dallas Cowboys. That game was a lot, much more closer in the trenches between Dallas and them versus with them in Baltimore. But yeah,
all right, cool.
Look into.
All right, PSP.
I think it's either the Chargers. Ron, did you say Vikings are under the most pressure? Because if you look at the last couple of games, though, I thought they should have won against Philly, but the turnovers, they kept killing them, and then they couldn't find a way to stop the.
They'd be 2-0 right now if they won the turnover battle. I mean, the Vikings played like the better team in both those games. In my eyes, just lost the turnover battle. You can't win a game fumbling the ball 4 times and losing it all 4 times. You ain't winning a game like that.
Nope. Yeah, and then they wasted away another great performance by Kirk. I mean, but Chargers are in the most trouble. I just think at some point the organization, they have to make a serious call, and they should have to fire Brandon Staley. I've seen enough.
All right, bet. Kenny, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
You said the most pressure team.
Yeah, which 0-2 team is in
panic mode? The 0-2 teams. You got the Broncos, Vikings, Chargers, Bengals, Bears, and Patriots.
It's low-key was in the Bears. Nah, the Bears can still rebuild that team. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. The reason why I say the Broncos is because Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson definitely had a good game, but I just feel like they're gonna be those teams that finish last in the division. I think the Chargers can turn it around only if Brandon Staley doesn't mess up. But yeah.
All right, cool. I think the Chargers, if they go 0-3, oh man, in that tough division too, yeah, it's not cool. It's gonna be tough for them. But let's move on to some games that came on. Jabari, I'm gonna start with you, man. Your Cowboys, man, beat the Jets 30-10. Y'all defense looking scary out there, man. What's your thoughts about your Cowboys, man?
I just think this year, with Mike McCarthy calling plays, going back to a more traditional West Coast offense, I think it's really simplifying things. A lot of times, last year, you would hear Dak Prescott throwing the ball, to the other team, simply because a lot of receivers may have not understand the language of the offense as far as the route concepts and things like that. So I think with Mike McCarthy, with him having a lot more experience and really knowing what's best for a team like this, considering the kind of athletes and the kind of players that you got on your team, you want to simplify the route concepts, simplify the offense, kind of make it more Dak friendly, or make it more run first and things like that. Try to make it more control paced offense rather than a very high scoring efficient offense and things like that. And as a result, it's keeping the defense rested, kind of always ready to go back out there. So, a lot of turnovers and things like that. And a lot of these turnovers are turning into a lot of points and things like that. So,
definitely.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing.
Hey, Super Bowl?
Hey, I'm not saying Super Bowl, but man, I think the basement for the Dallas Cowboys is the NFC Championship game. I will stand on it.
Okay.
I mean, I'll say it. The Cowboys, I said it before the season started. They're my Super Bowl team out the NFC.
Oh, wow.
They're kind of doing nothing but confirming what I thought before the season started. They got the best defense in the league, got worst second best defense in the league with the Niners. They got the best defensive player in all football right now in Michael Parsons. And they got an offense that can put up points when they need to. That combo for me, that's the best team in the NFC right now.
I think it's all on. It just depends on what Dak is, how Dak be. So
I think Dak's fine.
who PSP got anything to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. When I heard NFC Championship game, one of my frames just fell from the background. But Cowboys, they could actually compete for the NFC Championship. It comes down to Dak playing well. We know what the defense is going to represent. That's why, Dan Quinn has been huge for the Cowboys. Dak played well. There was one throw I thought he got away with. That was the Sauce Gardner that should have been caught in pick 6. But overall, Dak played consistent. The Jets, Zach Wilson was just bad. 3 picks in that game. Micah Parsons looks like he is the defensive player of the year so far. But let's see how the Dallas Cowboys, we got to see them later in the season against San Francisco and later down the season. It all comes down to Mike McCarthy with the play calling as well. I still have issues with him. And also another concern with the Cowboys, and it comes down to Jerry. So, is Jerry going to find a way to screw it up? Because we've seen Jerry do this in the past. So if I'm Jerry right now, hey, continue on with this ride, man. Your defense has been playing fantastic. Dak looked very good yesterday. CeeDee Lamb also played.
What you think?
I think we lost him.
The Matrix.
See championship. We got to wait and see. And see.
All right, cool.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, Brandon.
What up?
Hey, we gotta start having conversations that Michael Parsons might be the best defensive player in the game soon.
That's what I was saying. I already I've been saying that.
Hey, we gotta have that convo. That's all I'm gonna say. And if he wins defensive player of the year, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna put him over AD or like Bosa or anything like that, but he's coming close.
I don't know. I think he's already better than Bosa.
You think he's better than TJ?
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, he's better than TJ.
Yeah, you lost me with TJ.
The only person that's close to Michael Parsons right now is Myles Garrett. On the edge.
Yeah, it's definitely things that TJ Watt and maybe even Nick Bosa does better than Michael Parsons. But I believe that Michael Parsons, with the way he's built, his athletic ability and his versatility, I think that plays to an advantage. And I think Dan Quinn utilizes him like that. Like sometimes he'll have him blitz through the A gap and the B gap versus then just sitting on the edge the entire time. Because that's not necessarily he doesn't have the same pass rushing capabilities of a Nick Bosa or a TJ Watt, although he's improving in those areas. So I just think his versatility plays to his advantage.
But Micah, what I love about Micah, he can also do some things in coverage as well too. So that shows you how versatile he was, and that's what he was coming out of Penn State. Though I think Micah has the truth and a half to be all-time great. I just think, and also to the addition of Stephon Gilmore with Trayvon Diggs as well. So you got an elite cornerback duo with Diggs, and you also got Gilmore. And also Vander Esch. I don't think he gets enough credit. I think he does a good job as far as tackling. And Dan Quinn, he's been huge, man. Ever since Quinn has become the defensive coordinator, he's given the Dallas Cowboys new life. So Dallas actually has a really good chance this season.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. Everything is up to Dak Prescott. I think the defense is cool where it's at. I think everything legit is in Dak Prescott's hands. And if Dallas don't win, it's going to be all because of Dak. Because literally, every time the Cowboys has made it far, it's always been his fault.
Right. All right, man. Broad, got anything to say about it before we go to the next game?
I didn't watch a majority of the game. Dallas does look like a very good football team, but I'm not putting any expectations on them right now. And it's not because I'm an Eagles fan and I hate Dallas Cowboys, blah, blah, blah. It's I want to see them play against Philly. I want to see them play against Miami, San Fran, Buffalo before I make any expectations for them.
I'm not going to lie, man. The Eagles looking mid, too. There's no way y'all should have, blew that league against the Patriots. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, I just think that the bread and butter for the Philadelphia Eagles is they defensive line. I think they secondary. I still like Darius Slay. I think he's still one of the best cornerbacks in the league, but I just think at times that secondary can get a little sleepy. I don't think that secondary is that good as it.
Jalen Carter gonna be defensive. Jalen Carter is playing like defensive rookie of the year, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next game we got is the Eagles versus the Vikings. The Eagles beat the Vikings on 34-28.
Oh, bro, front. There you go. Number 9. Who's the jersey?
Like I said,
Hey, who's that jersey, bro?
Well, I don't know whose number this is exactly, but this is Dre Swift's alma mater, St. Joe's Prep. My little brother went there. I was actually most of my family went there. I didn't go, but still had to bring it out for this segment.
I'm not impressed with the Eagles win at all.
Oh wow!
Like I said, I'm not impressed.
Like,
the Vikings is nowhere near the same team as they was last year. So I thought the Eagles should have definitely blew them out by a lot. So good shit for the Vikings to keep up with them, but that should have been a blowout. And the Eagles, they're not impressed. They're just not impressive.
Okay.
The Eagles' pass offense clearly struggled against the Vikings' defense too, which the Vikings do not have a good pass defense. And they clearly struggled against the Vikings' pass defense. So that was a little concerning. But, I mean, they dominated the trenches like they always do. O-line, amazing. DeAndre Swift was actually looking like he had vision for the first time in his career. Jalen Hurts in the run game and with that overpowered quarterback sneak, which should be legal and should stay legal.
It should
but
stay
damn,
legal.
It's overpowered. And they get it every time. But it's because of the way he does it. He's so good at it.
It's also a rugby scrum. If people people are like, "Oh, that place should be banned. It's so illegal." When you go look at rugby, that's literally a scrum, and it's the exact same motions.
Yeah, people are just thinking about it wrong. Like, it is overpowered, but it shouldn't be illegal. It's a complete legal play.
It's not their fault. They know how to run it. And run it effectively.
We saw the Patriots do it against the Dolphins last week and get it to work.
Yeah.
Or not last week, yesterday. But we also saw the Eagles play really well in the run defense. Their run defense really well, and that's going to stay the case as long as their D tackles stay healthy. When you have a trio of Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Fletcher Cox, you're not running against that.
No,
you're just not running against that. Their edges played great. Like, it was a little concerning, their pass defense, but they were missing like 3 secondary members, so I'm not going to overreact to that.
Probably tore his pec. It's probably going to get even worse.
Yeah, so I'm not going to overreact to their pass defense just yet, but we'll see.
So I'll go since I never really had a full reaction to it. I mean, Jalen Hurts did struggle. I'm not going to shy away from that. I think it's also just still him and Brian Johnson not really clicking fully on their play calling just yet. O-line played great. I mean, but let's talk about DeAndre Swift. In his, as I explained in the TikTok, it was not just his home debut for the Philadelphia Eagles. It was also his first game back home in Philadelphia in 7 years since his senior year at St. Joe's Prep. Because remember, he played college at Georgia and then went to the Detroit Lions. This was his first game home in 7 years, and he turned the hell up.
For sure. Ravens, what's up, bro?
Hey, everyone watching. My name is DFA Ravens. Brandon, I'm sorry I'm late. I had to deal with some personal issues with my family.
You're good, bro. But we just talking about the Eagles. They defeated the Vikings 34-28. Just want to hear what your thoughts about that game.
I actually was about to interrupt in saying this. I haven't been playing that good, and I live in Pennsylvania, like an hour and 30 from Phillies fans. So all Philadelphia fans are going to be pissed. But they haven't been playing good. I feel like they've been having like a 2, maybe 3 possession lead, and they've been giving it up. And then they've been narrowly coming back. I feel like that's what they've been doing. But Broad Sports obviously knows more about that team than I do. So tell me, am I wrong or no, Broad?
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, especially New England, they couldn't run the ball at all. The passing game will get better, but I mean, Devontae Smith had a great game.
Yeah.
Passing defense. I mean, we're getting. Hopefully, we get Bradbury back this week for Tampa. But again, with Avonte Maddox tearing his pec, we have second-year Josh Jobe trying to step up. He didn't have the best game. You got Eli Ricks, who was also another undrafted free agent. He's a rookie. We have Keely
Mhm.
Ringo, who's a rookie. And the safety position with Blankenship out. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm gonna say this as a 2-0 team myself. You and I both waiting on a star corner.
But hey, as
Because
Clifford
Marlon
Taylor
Humphrey's
says,
out. You and I both.
yeah. But hey,
Mhm.
as Clifford Taylor says, a win is a win. A win is a win.
Win
I don't
is a
care what
win.
y'all say. A win is a win.
Facts.
But speaking
Facts.
of wins, I mean,
Y'all straight. Y'all doing good, man. But Jabari, what's your thoughts about the Eagles?
Yeah, man. If I'm an Eagles fan, I'm definitely still optimistic. Somewhat about the offense. I mean, the run game is still there. But you know, the guy that y'all picked up in the offseason, Najee Swift, he looks, pretty good. Coming out this game. I may be a little bit concerned, but not so concerned with AJ Brown kind of having some frustration on the sidelines and things like that. I mean, that kind of comes with some wide receivers. That's just some of their personality. That they could be very prideful and egotistical. So that's just something that comes with it. I think the leadership of Jalen Hurts, he's a good leader. I'm not a big fan of Jalen Hurts, but he is a really good leader. I think he has the commands to kind of, command that locker room, command that offense and things like that. I do believe that he's progressed since he's entered the league as a passer. But there's definitely some things that need to be worked on. So if I'm an Eagles fan, I'm still somewhat optimistic about my offense, but there's definitely some concern about that secondary and on the defense.
Okay. All right. PSP.
The Eagles, there's some concerns that they're not what they were last season, even though it's only been 2 games. But I still think they still have a good chance of competing in the NFC. I've been consistent. I have Dallas winning the division because, again, when is it that a team has won it back-to-back seasons? I think Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, they're not going to be as explosive as they were last season. So I think it's going to go down a little bit. I think with Devontae, it's going to be great for Devontae. I mean, he played well the other week against Minnesota. I definitely think you're going to open up the running game more for DeAndre. But I still think if you're Philly, you're still going to compete. I still have them finishing second in the East.
All right. Kenny, you there?
Yeah, I said what I said about the Eagles when y'all brought them up. I'm not impressed.
Oh yeah, he did. He did say that.
Yeah. All right, man. Next guy I want to talk about, bro. I told y'all about Geno Smith, bro. That dude's not writing back, bro. He's not writing back, man. So the Seahawks beat the Lions, bro, 37-31. What's y'all thoughts about the game, man?
I mean, Brandon, I would give you your victory lap, but you have to admit, there were times that you were nervous in that game about the Lions.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. The drive when Geno Smith what was it? Geno had the ball, right? And he was holding it for a long time. He went throwing it away. I ain't gonna lie, I thought we lost it right there. I thought we lost it right there, but hey, Geno played a great game. I think Jared Goff played a great game as well.
I was gonna say, minus the pick six, Jared Goff had a very good game.
Definitely. But yeah, well, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, these two teams are trying to show that they're not pushovers. I mean, Seattle barely got into the playoffs last year. They're showing that. They're trying to show that last year wasn't a fluke, and everyone is writing them all up, saying the Niners are going to win the division, this, that. But also with the Lions, I mean, they're showing, and yes, they've shown it in years past, but this year especially, they're showing a lot of fight, saying they've seen the hype around them, and they're trying to live up to it.
Okay.
Yeah. I honestly had the Seattle Seahawks as kind of like a sleeper coming out of NFC West. I just think although 49ers still like they haven't lost a beat, pretty much the Los Angeles Rams look like they may be back somewhat. I do believe that the Seattle Seahawks can definitely still be a sleeper. They're putting, a lot of good weapons around Geno Smith. That week 1 game was kind of a little left to be desired, but they got battle tested this past Sunday, and they kind of pretty much went through it. So I still think Seattle can definitely do something coming out of that NFC West division.
All right, cool. Ravens.
The curse on here because if you want me to be like fully honest,
You can curse. Everyone's cursing.
you guys were shit. I thought after week 1 you guys were complete shit. But proved me wrong against Detroit. Proved me wrong, and I had the Lions winning that game, and I didn't think it was going to be because before that game, wasn't it 48-45 last time?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a high scoring game, very entertaining game as well.
And again, it was another bloodbath. But you guys surprised me. Even though I didn't watch the game because obviously I had my victory game to watch, you guys played good. I like the way that I liked on how Gino was patient in the pocket to lock it again. Because again, I mainly think of the Saints game with that duo, but that duo is just
it's great. Yeah, round up.
For me, the thing that was most impressive was the fact that the Seahawks were out both of their starting tackles and were able to contain the Lions pass rush. The Lions have a good pass rush duo in Houston and Hutchinson. And the backup tackles kept Geno Smith clean the majority of the game. They were doing their job, which allowed Geno Smith to go crazy like he did. Yeah,
they definitely had a plan going to the game because they knew them tackles were going to be hurt and stuff. But PSP, go ahead.
I ain't got nothing else to say, Brendan. I've been trying to tell you about Geno, man.
PSP. Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you about Geno, man. I mean, you find yourself. I told you I'm happy with Geno. The concern with Seattle though is their defense. Their defense at times does concern me, but Geno hung in, man, and tip my hats off to him. That's all I got to say.
Division rival Kenny. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, come back to me, Brandon. Give me 1 second.
All right. That was literally that was you the only one on Kenny got there's thing to say. Oh dang, he left. We're just gonna go to another game, man. So the Buccaneers beat the Bears 27-17. Mike Evans went off. He had 6 receptions for 171 yards.
Bro, is he top 10? Is he top 10, bro?
I
mean, he's not better than Terry McLaurin.
No, he's not.
I mean, I had him at 9 behind Terry, but yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. No, I'm good with that then.
All right. Well, what was y'all thoughts on the game?
Before Justin Fields, top 10 quarterback, my ass.
Oh yeah, fuck no. Hey, that was Maria that said that. That was not me. That was Maria that said that.
No, I'm not saying you, but I've seen.
No,
it's not just her. And I'm not calling her.
That was also me.
I'm not calling her out specifically, but I've seen plenty of motherfuckers on social media saying that he's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
No,
That was me.
Yeah,
of course you'll say it, Ravens.
I mean, I like Fields. Like I've always liked him. What was that game? It was him in the championship against Ohio State. He got hurt.
Ohio State.
Yeah, that game.
He's probably talking about against Clemson.
Ever since that game, I've always liked his play style, but he is not it right now. He is not that guy.
I mean, I was hoping he wasn't gonna fit into this stereotype, but unfortunately, he has of Ohio State Buckeyes that have Ohio State Buckeye quarterbacks that have failed in the NFL.
CJ Stroud the next one?
I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say that yet. CJ actually looked, although it was garbage time against the Colts, he did look good, though.
Yeah.
By the way, here's the stat, though. CJ Stroud has thrown more career games throwing for over 300 yards than Justin Fields. Justin Fields has not one game of 300 yards or more. But to Roundup's point, and he mentioned it earlier, the play calling was bad. But at the same time, Justin Fields, that's also on you. I mean, some of the throws, some of the decisions that you were making, you were getting sacked. And I'm like, Justin, just get rid of the football. But I don't want to take any credit away from Tampa. I got to give love to my boy, Baker Mayfield. He played great. And Mike Evans balled 5 catches. Was it 165, 170 something?
Bro.
And a TD. So Baker, I mean, I'm happy for Baker because it seems like last year, even though it was the Rams, he was playing a little bit of good football, particularly at Denver. So I like
Mhm.
where Baker is playing so far. As for Chicago, man, this is going to haunt them because they had the number one overall pick. They traded the number one overall pick to Harrison's team, Carolina. They got draft picks in return because they felt like Justin Fields is still their guy in their future. I like Maria, but her takes sometimes are dumb as hell. Her takes are dumb as hell, saying Justin Fields is top 10, not just her, but others saying that he's top 10. Stop. Jordan Love so far has played better than him.
Yeah.
Jared Goff is better than him. Justin Fields, I hate to say this, but is it fair to say he's playing like the worst? He's the worst quarterback in that division?
Oh, at the moment, for sure.
Yes.
At the moment, for sure. And if the Bears, if they end up getting a top pick in the NFL draft,
He's gone. He's gone.
no, they're not going to get Caleb. I believe the Cardinals are going to get Caleb.
No, I said he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. But the question is, who do you draft? Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., maybe Shador Sanders.
If Shador Sanders decides to declare, yeah, good.
There's a possibility he could enter the NFL draft in 2025. The only quarterback that could provide a threat to him is Broad's quarterback, Drew Aller. But outside of that, I mean, Justin Fields, yeah, we could talk about the offensive line. We can talk about the offensive and play calling. But
I got a video coming about that
Did we
too.
talk about how terrible that pick six was?
it was. He's thrown 3 interceptions, and his last 2 interceptions have been pick sixes.
That pick six was bad, but also, like, why are we throwing a screen pass there?
Especially in the red zone, especially where
I just didn't like that call.
On your own goal line.
I didn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Jabari, what's your thoughts on the game? Justin Fields, Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, and them boys.
It's like are the Bears that bad of a team, or did we forget how good the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are? Like I feel like I still feel like although the past year or so, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are definitely not the same team that won a Super Bowl 3 years ago. However, they still do have a lot of pieces intact. And they have some players that definitely like improved on their game, like Carlos Davis at corner. You still got Devin White, Levante David, and Mike Evans is still, I don't think he's top 10, but I definitely do believe Mike Evans is definitely a very respectable, good number one receiver for your team. So I do believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they kind of just they're kind of pretty much a quarterback away from being a very competitive team in that NFC South division. And whether that's, Baker Mayfield or somebody else, Baker Mayfield's getting off to obviously a really good start. I think that's what, for right now, Baker Mayfield's the answer for that team. But someone said the Chicago Bears, man, I really thought Justin Fields would actually somewhat take a leap here. Them drafting, a left tackle in the first round, them, bringing in DJ Moore, a reliable number one receiver who can eventually, kind of do everything as a receiver, kind of take the top off. You can use him as a gadget guy, run reverses and all this other stuff like that. I thought this would be Justin Fields' year to take, a leap, but unfortunately, the turnovers are still there. I don't know if that's play calling or is that, Justin Fields making the wrong reads, or is he just not being patient in the pocket? Is he holding the ball too long and things like that, trying to be the Matrix and Superman? Like sometimes you just have to call a play, a dead play, and if it's not there, it's not there. You can't force it. So I just feel like, and another thing with the Bears defense, I thought the Bears, honestly, coming into the season, I thought the Bears would kind of have a slept on secondary. I thought their secondary would be a lot more improved.
Oh yeah.
Drafted some young guys on that side of the ball. They still got Eddie Jackson, who was a very solid veteran safety. And I thought the Bears would be a whole nother equipped team defensively, even though they lost Roquan Smith a year ago. Right. So it's just a lot left to be desired with the Chicago Bears right now. At least if I'm a Chicago Bears fan, I'm at least optimistic that they're willing to invest and put pieces on the offensive side of the ball and not act like it's 1985 when we can just win with a historically great defense. If I'm at least looking at that, but overall, man, it's not a good start for them.
Definitely not. Ravens, what's your thoughts?
Number one, you can't call Baker Mayfield when he's like cooking up. We can't say let him cook. We gotta say let him bake. I feel like. Am I wrong for saying
Shake
that?
and bake.
No, you ain't
Shake and
wrong.
bake.
Yeah,
Shake
shake
and
and
bake.
bake.
Shake and bake.
Shake it.
What's
That's
next?
kind
His
of gay.
Progressive commercials are gonna come back.
Hey, them
At home with Baker Mayfield.
progressive commercials coming, man.
Mhm.
I already said my thoughts about Fields. Even that Brandon, that fantasy draft that we're in, a lot of people are saying that Mike Evans is not going to be good, even in real life, because of how old he is. And do you know what I said to them?
What you say?
What?
You can't stop consistency. Like Mike Evans is consistent. He has been consistent. He's one right here. He might be the Bucks' best receiver ever. He is.
Yeah. Hey, Ravens, your mic cutting in and out, bro.
Yeah,
Just
you're cutting like now.
yeah, your mic cutting in and out. But Kenny, you there? Oh no, he ain't there. All right. So but yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Before we go to the next game, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That Mike Evans top 10 is going to the Hall of Fame of football takes, bro. That's going to the Hall of Fame. I'm not even gonna lie.
Especially
Can you hear
with
me
French
now, by the
reaction.
way? Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
I will die on that hill.
We'll see how Broad's feeling if those Baker-led Buccaneers go 3-0 next week.
Mm.
I mean, I expect
We'll
Mike
see,
Evans to
man.
have a big game.
Oh,
That's
wait,
all.
Brandon, what was
Wait,
your
who the Bucks play next week?
The Eagles
The Eagles.
At Philly or Tampa?
Tampa, Monday night.
Ooh.
Oh, Monday night?
Prime
Oh.
time, too. That's going to be
Mm.
fun.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
you know
watching
what's
that game.
Eagles haven't won in Tampa in what is it? Like 10 years.
Yeah. I'm
That's
definitely gonna watch
crazy
that
change
game.
of catch.
Man, the last time I guess they went out there, Deshaun Jackson was a Eagle, man.
Yeah,
That's why I'm raising the helmet.
I
Because
mean,
Oklahoma quarterback going at each other.
well, this is probably something that you didn't know, Jabari. You guys beating the Jets on Sunday. That snapped your 3-game losing streak against them.
I know, yeah, I know we lost. I know we lost against them
2019.
they had Sam Darnold, man. Sam
2011.
Darnold.
And by the way, that was his first game back from mono.
Yeah, Sam Darnold threw a party on us, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that was his first game back from mono.
That was probably his best game of his career. I ain't gonna lie. He threw like 300.
I remember watching that game. I'm like, oh, the Cowboys should kill him. I'm like, wait, what?
What?
He threw like 300 that game, bro.
But hey, man, we're gonna talk about a couple more games, man. The Giants beat the Cardinals. I think it was a comeback win, 31-28. What's your thoughts about that game?
Cardinals, you keep shitting the bed.
They're doing.
I mean, you had a 28-7 lead. No one anticipated them to come back. I mean, New York before that comeback, they were outscored 60-0.
Insane.
Like Daniel Jones, it looked like what the hell were the Giants thinking when they gave him the contract? But again, that's on them by not picking up his 5th-year option. And Daniel Jones, man, I don't know. He looked like a top 10 quarterback that day. Just that day. Saquon Barkley, unfortunately, he's going to be gone for the next few weeks with the sprained ankle. Brian Dabble, I'll give him credit for resiliency. I'll give him credit for toughness. Arizona, man, they still winning because they're 0-2 and they're on track to getting the number 1 overall pick. So even though a tough loss for them, blowing a 21-point deficit, but at the same time, it's still a win for you because you still get a chance to get Caleb. So that's how I look at it.
Hey, Kyler would have won if he was a player, but if he was playing, but
100%.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, Ravens.
Another hot take here.
Uh-oh.
I think the Giants should be embarrassed, not the Cardinals.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I don't think that's a bad take.
No.
What the hell are you doing, New York? You're down 28-0. to the fucking Cardinals, who have by far one of the worst defensive rosters right now, maybe in NFL history. And they also have the worst offense overall in the NFL. They are literally the worst. They are literally the worst team in the league,
Mm-hmm.
and you gave up a huge lead. Like, bro, if they even had a 3-0 lead, I'd be losing my shit. Because that's the Cardinals, dude. We should be spanking them by 50.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that doesn't. And Daniel Jones is probably going to win NFC Player of the Week. I don't think it's deserving because, dude, you played the Cardinals. Like, shoot, I think any of us can get 100 yards against the Cardinals. Are you kidding me? They have no Buda Baker, dude.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, that's right. He was hurt. Yeah.
yeah. In all seriousness, though, man, I would be scared if I'm a Giants fan for your season. If I'm a Cardinals fan, I'd be happy because it shows that you can compete a little bit while still trying to get Caleb Williams, which I think is the best way to go.
Didn't play bad though. Dobbs didn't play bad at all though.
No, he played solid. He played very impressive, but then late in the third, fourth quarter, though, I mean, at some point you're gonna have to take some chances on pushing the ball down the field, and unfortunately, Arizona didn't do that. As for the Giants, man, how much worse could it get?
Yeah.
Hold on.
How much worse could it get?
Hot take.
I mean, it's making the Commanders look better. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
If I make this shot right here, the Giants get the second overall pick in the draft.
Hey, no, that's crazy.
The way things looking, it might go that direction, man. Like, it's so much to kind of just be left desired with the New York Giants. Like, as a Cowboys fan, the Giants never scare me, but I respect the Giants because they're
What?
They
never
Giants,
scared
Wait, hold on. My Lamar sucks. So
they really brought a lot of pieces over as far as Darren Waller. They drafted a receiver who can, is a vertical deep threat. But the thing is, like, I don't believe that Daniel Jones has to be more consistent. Daniel Jones, week by week, these next 3 weeks are really gonna see who Daniel Jones really is. Without Saquon Barkley, like you can't depend on Saquon Barkley anymore.
I would believe someone is actually saying that no one
might
fears
be
the
cooking
Giants.
right there.
No, he's definitely cooking, but I would say 4 weeks because the week that they're supposed to get Saquon back, they play Buffalo.
They play Buffalo.
Yeah, Giants threw 4.
Hold on, Jabari. You don't fear the Giants as much, like you would say, of amongst all the teams in the NFC East. The Giants are the least team that scares you at this point because I'm actually surprised because a lot of people don't fear Washington. So it's actually kind of interesting to hear that. Though.
I don't know. Washington might be better than the Giants right now.
The reason for that is, man, because look, like I just think that Washington, if we really go by position and go down the entire roster, the Washington Commanders overall are a better team than the New York Football Giants. The Giants are just a team that made it to the playoffs. And they got Saquon Barkley, a top 5 running back. That's the only difference.
Missing this.
You know what I'm saying? Like they still the Washington Commanders still got Deron Payne. They still got Allen,
Montez Sweat, Chase Young,
best D line in the league.
Like they still got a very solid and tactful defense, especially with Ron Rivera, he's not a good head coach, but he's still a good defensive coach. I think
he doesn't know if his team
we
can
got
make the
Eric
playoffs
Bieniemy.
I think Eric Bieniemy's doing pretty good over there.
He is.
Oh, 100%.
Top 10 receiver, Terry McLaurin. Come on, man.
Roundup, did you say anything about it?
Not really. I didn't say anything about this game. It was just pretty mid. Once I saw the Cardinals were up like 20-0 at one point, I didn't even care to watch into it. So I heard the Giants made a comeback a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's the Cardinals. It doesn't move me. If anything, that just shows me how bad the Cardinals really are, rather than how good the Giants might be. It just shows me how bad the Cardinals are.
Okay. All right, man. This could be the last game before we head out. So the Commanders beat the Broncos, man, 35-33. Another comeback win. So, what's y'all thoughts about that? PSP, I'm gonna start with you.
Well, I told you I spent the entire night drinking and vomiting that night. I mean, ton of Di Serrano, ton of Angry Orchards that night. I got to be honest, folks, because I've been saying this. I told people what I want Washington to do, tank the rest of the season. They kick Caleb, but I am very pleased with what I'm seeing from Washington. Sam Howell looked really, really sharp, really impressive. 27 to 36, just a yard shy of 300 yards, 2 touchdown passes. We ran the ball better in that game compared to Arizona. We ran the ball better. Brian Robinson played well, had 80 yards, 2 TDs. Russ was cooking in the first half. Russ was cooking. He threw some beautiful deep balls to Marvin Mims Jr., also in Oklahoma Sooner. But then in the second half, though, I mean, suddenly, all of a sudden, what was going on? He threw a pick to Emmanuel Forbes. Also, Jamin Davis, the sack that changed the momentum of the game, because at one point we were trailing 21-3. So I was happy that we were able to capitalize that, score a touchdown. And then Chase Young. Boy, Chase Young, man. I keep telling folks, man, if he could stay healthy, this is how great he can be when healthy. No one has ever doubted or questioned Chase Young's talent. The knock on him has been durability, which is why I still want to keep him and Montez Sweat and Payne and Allen, because those are the cornerstones for our defense. You could say a lot of things about Washington, but our defensive line is seriously no joke. Arguably the best D line in the NFL. You can make that conversation. Eric Bieniemy, he's making me think less and less with Ron Rivera. I like Ron Rivera as far as defense, leadership, motivation, but when it comes to his play calls and clock management from time to time, he's highly questionable, and I'm being generous. Past 2 games with Eric Bieniemy as the offense, Washington has generated 27.5 points. In Kansas City in 2 games so far, 18.5 points. So I'm not expecting Washington's offense to play like this. But if this continuously happens, then I don't want to hear anyone saying, well, Eric Bieniemy, he's a product of Andy Reid. You know what? He never called plays. He never know how to do offense, things of that nature. Neither did Doug Peterson. Neither did Matt Nagy. Neither did Sean McDermott. And sooner or later, Ron Rivera is getting up there in age. So I believe Eric Bieniemy, he could be the head coach and he could be the future for this team. And what I love about him, he brings the intensity, he brings the swag, he holds players accountable, he's old school, and he's going to find a way to get the job done. I give a lot of credit to Washington for toughness, resiliency, because at one point I was about to lose it, but I'm just very happy that the Commanders, first time since 2011, we start the season 2-0. Largest comeback since 1990 for us. So very pleased, very happy. And Brandon, unfortunately, as for Russ, man, I expected Denver to win because I couldn't expect Sean Payton to start off 0-2. And Russ, to his credit, the first half he's played well, but I don't understand the second half. And then that Hail Mary, God, I almost lost it. I literally almost lost it. And then the second half, and then the last play, the 2-point conversion, that should have been PI. I thought it should have been PI.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm just amazed, man. Roller coaster. That's all I can say.
Hey man, you trying to give us Chase Young?
Nope. That's Kenny.
Hell no.
You trying to? Hey man, give us Chase Young. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you need Chase Young? You already got enough.
Did the Rams even have any trade assets at this point?
Yeah, I'm just talking.
And by the way, Kenny, if we're gonna give you Trace Young, what are you gonna?
You're not getting Aaron Donald, dude. So move.
I know I'm not getting Aaron Donald, but what else?
Also, getting the first round pick because they don't have any.
We don't have any first round picks, so we good. It's cool, bro. It's cool.
It's perfect.
Yeah, but anybody else got thoughts about the game? I just want to say Russ back, bro.
Russell Wilson is a top 10 quarterback in this game. Simple as that.
No.
Yes. Stop hating.
No.
Stop hating. Stop hating.
I agree with Kenny.
He's back.
I mean, Sam Howell looked a lot better in the second half than he did in the first half. Terry had a pretty good game. Brian Robinson had a really good game on the ground. When I saw 21-3, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. And then I saw them come back. I'm like, oh shit, they took the lead. And then I saw that Hail Mary. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wait, I gotta tell you guys something.
How did he
Speaking
let
of
that
age.
pop in the air? Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times, and they still come down with it.
Mhm.
Like you know what it reminded me of, and Ravens is gonna hate that I say this. It reminded me of the AJ Green Hail Mary. What was it like?
Dang.
Oh, you mother!
It
Yeah.
reminded me of that, where it's like it kept getting tipped up in the air, and then he was just there by himself to catch it.
I just got breaking news that CJ Gardner-Johnson just torn his pec.
Oh damn.
Oh,
Yikes.
That's
he
rough.
just torn his pec. So
DJ, even though you
They
didn't
wasted all those blue ski masks, huh? They wasted all the blue
for
ski
you,
masks.
and that sucks.
But yeah, roundup. What's your thoughts on the game? If you have any?
I was just gonna say it's like what I was telling PSP before the season started. There's no shot the Commanders were gonna be bad enough to compete for that #1 overall pick. Their roster's too good. Even if Sam Howell is only mid all season, their roster's still too good to lose anything less to like win less than like 6 or 7 games. At minimum, they're winning 6 or 7, and that's
Actually,
just
have
not
them
being
winning
the first pick.
so far. I got them going 8-9 this season.
I think originally I had them 7-10, but I might bump them up because I like the way they looked at the start.
They got a big game this week against Buffalo, so we'll see. Good thing it's at home, and the only thing I love about it is Josh Allen is turnover prone. So, but our biggest problem with Washington, I think, was we gave up too many explosive deep plays, big plays. But when healthy, our defensive line, I mean, we could provide a threat to the Cowboys because, again, we can generate pass rush. We can generate against Daniel Jones, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts. We have the talent. I think we have a really good roster. It's just the problem is the culture. That's why I've said tank the rest of the season because of the culture situation. But I think with Washington right now, and Sam Howell, to his credit, has been playing very, very, very impressive. So with Washington, we just got to wait and see. But so far, I'm pleased right now.
All right. Well, Jabbar, you got anything to say about the game?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was like, when I looked at the Washington Commanders schedule for this season, I definitely was like chuckling, like laughing. Like I literally thought it was hilarious. I thought the Washington team, like I thought they probably win a maximum, maybe around 6 to 7 games. So like this 2-0 start is definitely like a really good push for them. I'm also very surprised at the Denver Broncos 0-2 start. I thought them having, pretty much a good roster intact coming into the season and having a whole new coaching staff as far as Sean Payton coming in. Also, Rex Ryan coming in. Although Rex Ryan is kind of rusty, he's kind of been gone for the game a little bit. I thought definitely he would probably kind of be somewhat resilient of what he was with the New York Jets. Him having so many great pieces on that side of the ball, you would expect a lot more better out of a defensive coordinator like Rex Ryan, who's produced some pretty good past. So for them to really be at an 0 start, if I'm a Denver Broncos fan, I'm definitely kind of a little bit concerned.
Yeah, and when are we going to start finally? Like, when are we going to stop overrating Jerry Jeudy and realize that he's just not a good wide receiver and is not a wide receiver one? When are we going to understand that? Because, like, every single season I get told by people in the offseason he's going to be great, and it just never happens.
Yeah. I mean, you can also say the same thing about
better.
Sutton, too.
Cortland Sutton has been better. That is true. So was Tim Patrick before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
All right,
Jabari, were you talking about Rex Ryan or Rob Ryan as far as defense coordinator? I thought Rex Ryan was still at ESPN.
Yeah, it would probably be Rob.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are watching the game, but Michael Thomas definitely caught that.
Oh, okay.
Rex, yeah.
Okay.
All right, man. So, all right, y'all. That includes the end of the show, man.
Oh, wait. Whoa. I didn't get my thoughts.
I thought you
Hold up. Let me get my thoughts, Brandon.
Okay,
Brandon from the block.
My fault. Whoever wants to start, go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is fuck the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
Fuck your sorry ass Seahawks. But no. On some real shit, good shit, Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Y'all barely escaped the fucking Lions, but still good win. You know, it's still Rams is the one at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We gonna win that division. You know what I'm saying, player?
Oh God.
Oh yeah. When Cooper Cup comes back, it's gonna get nasty. You know what I'm
Rams
saying?
fans, I swear, bro. Brian,
Hey man,
Rams
y'all gonna
fans.
acknowledge us.
All right, bro. Ravens.
All right. A lot of words from Kenny there, but before I give my thoughts about the Commanders and Broncos, I have a quick question, Brandon. Did you go over the Ravens and Bengals game already?
No.
I feel like we should get. Can I at least say my thoughts about the game?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll start off with the Commanders and Broncos to stay on top of it. First thoughts, wow. Okay, like I can't believe that Russell Wilson completed that Hail Mary to what's his name? Brandon Humphrey or
Johnson.
Brandon Johnson. Yeah, I can't believe that, first of all. Second of all, I wanted to watch that game so badly, but the Jets and the Cowboys had such a boring game, man. But I'll say this also, which I think was pretty funny. I had the Commanders upsetting the Broncos. My friend who's a Broncos fan said, "I thought you had the Washington upsetting the Broncos." I didn't say anything. Washington ends up winning, and I tell him, "Don't you fucking test me like that again. I know my shit. You don't." Yeah.
Right.
So I honestly think competitive game. I really wish I could have saw it on TV, but it is what it is, and I'm happy for Sam Howell that he's 2-0. I honestly am, and I said to everyone, he is the answer. I think he's the answer. Like UNC is on the rise with players from college. They are on the rise. Like Josh Downs is looking all right, but Sam Howell is doing well, and you can see how.
Shut up.
No.
Continue.
No, ignore Kenny. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, I know that was Kenny, and also, who gave us privileges to unmute his mic?
Yo.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is do clears.
Man, no one cares about
Hey,
no one cares. And by the way, Kenny, you are a Notre Dame fan. So why are you talking about North Carolina?
Oh, hold on, whoa, chill on Notre Dame. Hold on, Notre Dame.
I'm not
crazy.
just. No, I'm saying Notre Dame
about to
is
beat
game,
Ohio
but why are you
State.
talking about North Carolina like that? Ravens was talking about the North Carolina product.
Because Brandon, no,
Syracuse is
Brandon,
better
no,
than
I
them
can't
right
stand
now.
them dirty
you
ass
guys
Tar
don't
Heels.
Notre Dame hate because Sam Hartman's been playing lights out.
I'm not hating Notre Dame. I think they're playing great. And by the way, they got a
I
big
think
game
Notre Dame
against.
could beat Ohio State, if I'm being honest.
We gonna
They
beat the
should.
shit. We gonna beat the shit out of Ohio State, and I'm gonna talk shit when we win.
By double digits, I promise you.
Hey, I'm gonna talk my shit when we beat Ohio State. Like,
Ohio
Are
State
you
has
gonna
no
talk shit when you
quarterback.
beat USC?
oh yeah, you know
And
that.
also, Ole Miss is beating Bama. Book it.
Okay. No,
Yes,
I like
because
that.
Jalen
I like
Milroe
that
is
take.
starting.
I like that.
Penn
Hey,
State
all-
better than Ohio
Milroe
State.
starting in
I'm
that
gonna
game.
say, all I'm gonna say is my Oregon Ducks beating Colorado next week. That's all I'm gonna say.
Without
No,
Hunter,
Travis
yes.
Hunter doesn't count. Doesn't count.
No, we ain't doing that.
Wait. You said Oregon. Wait, you said
We're
Oregon
not
doesn't
doing
count.
this.
Wait, Brandon. You think Oregon gonna beat Colorado?
Yes. What?
No.
What?
No.
I mean,
Yes.
Oregon. No,
No.
let's be honest. Oregon's definitely
Y'all
gonna
are
beat
mid.
Colorado.
No, they're mid. No,
Oregon-
It's at
y'all
Oregon.
suck.
Why
I don't
the hell
care,
are
bro.
you?
I don't care, bro.
What do you mean?
Oregon's
Here.
roster is
I
just
don't
too
care, bro.
talented.
They suck. They suck,
Colorado's
bro.
not on that level yet.
So I pulled up
Jabari, who you got? Who you got, Jabari? Oregon or Colorado?
Colorado.
It's gonna be a dog fight.
Oregon. I got Oregon without Travis.
Oregon by like 20.
Brandon, we can bet $10 on that.
Oh, but
Right.
speaking of Colorado, Shador Sanders, that 11-point deficit, that was amazing.
We go see if he's a Travis Hunter merchant. We could really see.
Yeah, but I'll pull up
Wait.
some stats for you guys since some people like to buy too much into the Colorado hype. They have the second worst rushing offense in the Power 5, only ahead of South Carolina, which is 127th in the nation. They have the fourth worst second. That's rushing offense. Rushing defense, they have the fourth worst.
Yeah, they don't.
Even though heading into the game on Saturday night, they had the worst, but after the game, They had the
Cook.
fourth worst
Brandon's
rushing
definitely
defense,
posting this on TikTok.
only in the Power 5, only ahead of Illinois, Virginia Tech, and Georgia Tech. So that's 115th in the nation. And they also have the third worst passing defense in the Pac-12, only ahead of Washington State and Stanford, which is 107th in the nation. They play Oregon, who has the best passing defense in the Pac-12, which is 15th in the nation. Even though, and Colorado, they're second in passing offense. Even though Oregon is fifth in passing offense in the Pac-12, that's also fifth in the nation. And,
Cook.
And even though Oregon also has the third worst rushing defense in the Pac-12, only ahead of USC and Colorado, which is 70th in the nation, that's fucking irrelevant because Colorado can't run the ball for shit.
Well, dang.
Bro, you about to make Brandon dance for a TikTok video again?
That's clipping. That's getting clipped. I'm sorry.
I will say, like,
I knew.
That's getting clipped.
I agree they're gonna lose to Oregon, but like still, what Deion Sanders done with Colorado is amazing.
But if he actually pulls off the victory, what are we?
That would be crazy.
But
crazy.
But Henry Blackburn, the corner for Colorado State, I truly am sorry that you and your family are receiving threats and that the cops have to get involved. But you nailing Travis Hunter after the ball is absolute bitch.
It was a dirty hit. It was completely.
Yeah, it was definitely dirty. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
man.
So should I get to my Ravens and Bengals thoughts real quick?
Make it real quick, bro. You got a minute. Go
All
make
right.
it real quick.
I want you to clip this real quick, Brandon. Imagine me as the Ravens, and imagine this is Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yo, what is you
How's
doing?
my little baby doing today?
That
Bengals are not like that. We are like that. I don't want to hear anyone saying that Joe Burrow owns the Bengals. Dude, Lamar is undefeated against Joe Burrow. Not only that, he's 7-1 against the Bengals. So your pussy
Let him cook, bro. Let him cook. Let him cook.
No, he just said Joe Burrow owns the Bengals. That's why
I did not say no. People are saying that. People
are
saying that. At least from where I'm from.
Hey, I will say, as long as Lamar's
saying that
healthy, the
all the
Ravens have
time.
always been the better team, and that was true the last 2 years. Bengals never would have made the playoffs the last 2 years if Lamar was healthy. Let's be
Okay,
honest.
let him cook. He's about to make me do a dancing video on TikTok.
But hey, man,
no, we don't need to see Brandon doing any more dances.
That's crazy, PSV. But
I need some
hey,
for
man.
weekly prediction snippets, so I could use more dance videos.
But hey, man, that includes the end of the show, man. Any last words, y'all, before we head out? Jabari, since this the first time you on the show, man, put your socials out there, man.
Yeah, follow me on every social media platform. That's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even YouTube at Jabari Showtime. I appreciate y'all for having me on this Monday. Really had a nice time chopping up some football with you guys.
For sure. You definitely go get invited again, man. Definitely can. Anytime, bro. But yeah, PSP.
Oh man, Sports PSP podcast will come back Friday night, 10 o'clock. We're going to talk about, of course, the college football predictions, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and of course, Colorado and Oregon. Also appreciate Tabrad because a lot of people are loving him for his Eric Cartman and Peter Griffin impersonation. And also, we will release a video, which type of woman you want between Jennifer Lopez, Shakira. Re-releasing that video. I'm releasing that video. Remember the episode y'all came on? Re-releasing the video on which type of woman you want between Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, Angela Bassett, and Salma Hayek.
You're losing me right now.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Ravens. Any last words?
Yeah. Before I get to my socials and everything else, thank you everyone for being patient with me. Again, I was a little bit late due to personal issues.
You good?
And when I saw the time, I was like, "Oh crap!" I just realized I have to get on this podcast. So I thank every one of you guys for being patient with me. I genuinely appreciate that.
For sure.
And I'm just gonna say, Brandon might tag me on TikTok. It's hot dope shot, and then I on Instagram is DFA Ravens.
That's so crazy. Chris pulled up at the. We about to head out, Chris. That's
I
so
know.
crazy,
Oh,
bro.
Chris.
As I say something.
Go
Hey, yo,
ahead.
Brandon.
Yeah, talk to me.
They wrote me off. But I ain't
Hey,
right back, though.
but he won though. He won though, Chris. That's all that matters. He won though, bro. I told
Hey,
you,
you
bro.
didn't choke. You didn't choke
Chris,
this time,
this is all
Chris.
that
You
matters
came
in
back.
Hey,
I
what's
told you,
that?
Brandon Dijon
No.
is him. I said,
Hold on, let's see if this picks up.
Oh yeah, and Chris, shout out to Ritter though, man. Shout out to Ritter, and them boys.
Had a good second half.
That's all that matters to me right now. It keeps focusing.
Oh, is that? Yeah.
Bills are up 4-1 on the Braves right now in Atlanta. So
Oh, ooh.
Okay, all right, cool.
crucial
I-
series.
Hey, round up.
Oh yeah,
Round up
y'all have
any
to
last
win.
words?
Y'all have to win that, right? To go to
Hey.
playoffs.
Not necessarily, but that will help out significantly.
Round up any last words?
Hey, the Chargers and Bears really about to sell my shit if they don't pick their stuff up. Like they better start picking something up because they really about to sell my offseason predictions. The other ones are looking good so far. The other ones are looking good, but those two are like the main ones are looking really bad right now. The other five though are looking great right now.
Definitely. And Brian.
Man, it's always fun to chop it up on here every Monday night. And also, my source, if you're looking to clip what I said about Colorado, so that none of you say I made up bullshit numbers, my source is ncaa.com.
Yep, I'm gonna comment saying he made those numbers. Nope, I'm
Go
commenting
Bucks,
and
go
saying he made
Bucks.
it up.
Bro,
You forgot.
Chris,
you
we beat
forgot two
Oregon,
words
bro.
to say, Broad. You forgot two
We-
words.
we
to
Bus
say.
about to run through them ducks. That's all I gotta say, Brandon.
That's a
Colorado
lot.
can't run the ball for shit.
Weaver, that boy Weaver. What's his name? Weaver and Horn.
Weaver.
Weaver, he's the
I know he's
receiver.
DB.
How is the receivers are going to help or contribute in the
And
running
Dylan
game?
Edwards is a receiving back. He's not a running back. What do you
I
want?
know he's a hybrid. He's a hybrid.
Not really.
Yeah. But hey man,
More
that
Deuce
includes-
Vaughn.
that includes the end of the show, man. Hey, if y'all haven't if y'all in here, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. My birthday Saturday. About to turn up.
Happy early birthday.
Happy
So,
birthday.
and Oregon and Colorado playing my
Dang,
birthday.
Carl could be on your birthday. That's
Play with my
crazy.
Hey,
birthday.
fuck you guys up, Flock Nation.
So
Well,
don't
yeah.
throw up this Brandon in front of your face. That's crazy on your beat.
Nah.
Crazy.
Hey, I promise you, it's on me. If we win, if my Ducks beat Colorado,
It's for
bro,
you,
I'm
man.
going. No, I'm going IG live. I'm going IG live.
You
I'm
better
talking
add
my
me
jump,
in there, bro.
I'm talking my jump, bro, because
You
these
better add me in
Colorado
there, bro.
bandwagons. These Colorado bandwagons, bro, get on my nerves, bro.
Okay, but look, we're not Colorado bandwagon. We just want to see Dion succeed,
Bro,
Bro, I'm not a bandwagon. I'm a Syracuse Orange fan.
This is for
Okay,
you,
but
man.
Brandon, you have to do a live whether win or lose. And if they lose,
Nah,
you're
BFB,
going to
nah,
have to
Yo,
own
Brandon.
it.
Hey,
Brandon,
it's okay because I'll be
Nah,
live if they
because-
lose.
nah,
I'll be.
Because if Oregon lose, my DM's gonna be flooded, bro.
Hey, if
Yo,
Oregon
Brandon,
lose, I'll be
Brandon.
instantly live on TikTok.
Brandon, this
Brandon,
is for
I'm just
you.
gonna text you happy birthday and that's it.
Throw that
What's
O
that?
up. Brandon,
Yeah,
turn that camera off and throw that O up. Or turn it on and throw that O up.
Daggone. Hold on. I can't do it right now though. Daggone.
How you play
Oh.
ducks?
I'm at.
You're going
Y'all
to need
can't see
prayer.
me. Y'all can't see him, cause y'all can't see me, bro. But just know I got the O. Just know I got the O, bro.
Shador.
Just know I got the O, bro.
Shador,
Oh,
open
yeah,
them
man.
doors up.
But yeah, man, make sure
Silos.
people are watching. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hey, man, basketball on the way too. NBA. Hey, Lakers in 6. So all I got to
Kelly
say, bro.
Oubre signed with
Basketball on the
the
way.
Lakers
Kobe.
Till next time, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.